Join me as we unpack one of the most unexpected celebrity conversations to hit social media lately, a situation involving Jill Zarin, her daughter Ally, and a defense of Bad Bunny that absolutely nobody saw coming. Jill Zarin and Ally Zarin have lived public lives for years. From reality television to fashion events, charity galas, and elite social circles, the Zarin name has long been associated with visibility, influence, and strong opinions. When you're part of a family that famous, every move gets watched, dissected, and sometimes completely reinterpreted by the internet. And that's exactly what seems to be happening here. Recently, fans began noticing tension circulating online connected to Bad Bunny and someone tied to the Zarin family. Almost immediately, speculation took over. People started forming narratives, picking sides, and projecting assumptions onto a situation where very few confirmed details were actually available. But in the world of celebrity culture, facts often take a back seat to perception, and perception spreads fast. At first, much of the conversation centered around the idea that there were mixed feelings about Bad Bunny within the Zarin family. Some fans believed that certain family members disapproved of him. Others suggested that there was deeper, more personal conflict simmering beneath the surface. None of this was officially confirmed, but once the idea took hold online, it became difficult to stop. What made the situation even more intense was the silence. No immediate clarifications. No public statements shutting anything down. And in internet culture, silence is rarely interpreted as neutrality, it's interpreted as confirmation. Then Ally Zarin stepped in. Ally's response, which quickly began circulating across social media platforms, caught people completely off guard. Instead of aligning with what many believed was her family's stance, she appeared to push back against the criticism directed at Bad Bunny. Whether her words were meant as a direct defense, or simply a call for fairness, they were enough to disrupt the narrative fans thought they understood. Suddenly, the conversation shifted. Instead of focusing solely on Bad Bunny, people began focusing on Ally. Why would she speak out? Why now? And why in a way that seemed to contradict the assumptions people had already made about her family's feelings? For some fans, Ally's response was refreshing. They praised her for having her own voice, for refusing to follow the crowd, and for showing that families, even famous ones, don't always operate as a single unit with a single opinion. Supporters argued that Ally had every right to express her views, regardless of public expectations. Others weren't as supportive. Critics accused Ally of being out of touch or dismissive of concerns they believed were valid. Some questioned whether her comments were appropriate given the alleged family tension. Others went even further, suggesting that her defense complicated an already sensitive situation. And just like that, what began as speculation about Bad Bunny turned into a broader conversation about family loyalty, independence, and the pressures placed on people who grow up in the public eye. One of the most fascinating parts of this situation is how much of it exists in the gray area between fact and interpretation. Very little has been directly confirmed, yet the intensity of the reaction suggests that people feel deeply invested in the outcome. That's the power of celebrity culture, and the danger of it too. Ally's comments didn't just spark debate, they sparked reflection. People began questioning why they expected her to respond a certain way in the first place. Was it because of her mother's public persona, the family's history on reality TV, or simply because the internet prefers clean, uncomplicated narratives where everyone plays a clearly defined role? The truth is, real families are messy, opinions differ, relationships evolve, and not every disagreement, or perceived disagreement, means there's a dramatic fallout behind the scenes. But when you're famous, even the smallest moment can be magnified into something much larger. Jill Zarin's relative silence throughout this situation has only added to the intrigue. Some fans interpret it as a strategic choice, a refusal to fuel speculation. Others see it as evidence that things are being handled privately. And of course, there are those who believe the silence speaks volumes, even if no words have been spoken. Meanwhile, public opinion remains sharply divided. Some people believe Ally did the right thing by speaking up, especially in an era where online pile-ons can spiral out of control. They argue that defending someone against exaggerated criticism doesn't mean endorsing everything they've ever done, it simply means pushing back against unfair narratives. Others feel that Ally's involvement blurred boundaries and made an already confusing situation even harder to understand. They worry that public commentary, even when well-intentioned, can escalate tension rather than resolve it. What's undeniable is that Ally's response changed the conversation. It forced people to reconsider what they thought they knew and highlighted just how quickly assumptions can form when information is limited. This situation also raises larger questions about the expectations placed on celebrity families. Why do we assume they all think the same way? Why do we expect children of public figures to echo their parents' opinions? And why does deviation from those expectations feel so shocking? Ally's defense, intentional or not, challenged those assumptions head-on. It reminded people that individuals within famous families still have their own perspectives, relationships, and values. And while those perspectives may not always align with public perception, that doesn't make them wrong, it just makes them human. As social media continues to react, repost, and reinterpret every detail, the story keeps evolving. Some fans are doubling down on their original opinions. Others are reconsidering their stance. And many are simply watching to see what happens next. Will this moment fade into the endless cycle of online drama? Or will it have a lasting impact on how the Zurin family is perceived? Will Ally continue to speak out? Or will she step back and let the conversation move on? For now, there are no clear answers, only discussion. And maybe that's the point. This situation isn't just about Bad Bunny. It's not just about Jill Zurin. And it's not even just about Ally. It's about how quickly narratives form, how strongly people cling to them, and how disruptive it can be when someone refuses to play the role they've been assigned. Whether you agree with Ally or not, her response sparked something bigger than a single headline. It opened up a conversation about independence, perception, and the pressure of living under constant public scrutiny. And as always, the internet will keep watching. So now it's your turn. What do you think about Ally's defense? Do you see it as brave, unnecessary, misunderstood, or something else entirely? Is this drama being blown out of proportion, or is there more beneath the surface? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to check out my other videos for more deep dives into celebrity culture, internet controversies, and the stories everyone's talking about.